Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. I have a financial background. I bought my first foreign currency back in like 1990 as a licensed commodity and futures trader. And I do my research for me, and I try to share my knowledge and my information from my deep dives with my community. My goal is to get everyone in that 10% that make money investing in crypto because 90% lose money. That being said, in this video, we're going to talk about quant, but you're going to get a lot more alpha because if you understand what I'm trying to share with you, it's going to help you in your research. It's going to help you understand how to compare these projects, and it's going to help you understand maybe you shouldn't hodl or maybe you should, and when will it be time to take profits, and what's the price prediction uh, for projects like Quant. So just hear me out, and it's going to help you a lot, but we're going to talk about Quant and look at the charts because I get asked a lot, what happened to Quant, and I've made a handful of videos, and I'm going to just walk you through what I think is going on, and this is reflective of a lot of ISO type projects. So hit the like button. Let's dive into it. Let me ask you a question. If you were going to bet on the Super Bowl, right? I'm a Georgia boy. I love the Atlanta Falcons. And yeah, I'll throw $100 on the Falcons and I'll tell everybody they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'll do very little research, if any. But if I was going to put real money on who's going to win the Super Bowl, I would like to go to the training camps of every single team. I'd like to talk to coaches, learn everything about their stats, you name it. And then I guarantee you that I will have a different look, a different outlook of who's going to win the Super Bowl, and odds are it won't be the Falcons. Now, what is the significance of that metaphor? Well, what I see in crypto is people are thinking about buying a project. Let's just use Quant. Well, if someone was going to, look to buy Quant, the first thing a lot of people will do, maybe they'll go to Twitter, but they go to YouTube and you type in something like Quant Crypto. Well, what comes up? Well, this is my video, which we're going to talk about a little bit in this video. And it asks the question, can Quant make a comeback? There's new information you need to hear. But now, if you scroll down, you're going to see things like this. Here's why you must hold at least 10 Quant. This guy's telling you, which in my opinion, this is a dishonest channel. But this guy's telling you just 10 Quants, you're going to get rich. This guy, I just, his name's Maximus Crypto. Guys, he's calling for Quant to go to $1 million. It's virtually impossible. And I'm stay with me. I'm not here to insult these influencers, but I want you to educate yourself of what's happening to you before you place your bets and put your money down. Right? When you tell someone, look at this, guys. This guy only has 10,000 followers, but he has 10,000 views from telling people that XRP is gold, XLM is silver, and XDC. And I'm here to tell you, and write this down. The reason I make these claims is I think they will age well, and you can't hide from what you say on the internet. I don't believe either one of these projects is going to hit a new all-time high in this bull run. And that's a whole different story. But here's my point. And here's this guy telling you $62 quant, $5,000 quant, and it goes on and on. Act now. The experts won't tell you this, but Quant's going to the moon. Now, if I didn't do any other research and I heard any of those videos, those guys might sound smart, and I might say, wow, when it comes to interoperability, the interledger with Quant is all world. So I might think that it's time to buy Quant. Now, here's what smart money does. Now, hear me out, guys. If before I would go invest in Quant, I would be like, well, first of all, I got to consider my source. I don't know who these guys are. But I do know how to do math, and those someone telling me $1 million quant just is unintelligent. But especially when you put the math to it. Now, but my first question is who is the competition? And you might do some more research and you find Link and Axelar and API3, and Polkadot, Cosmos. There's a lot of players in the crypto space that we all might take a look at. Well, that's a pretty good way to go about it, but that's only half the equation. The question is, who is dominating this type of protocol? Who offers it? Well, my very first video, I said Wall Street, the legacy banks, and the governments are going to pick the winners and losers of crypto. And it's proven to be true. So here's my point about that. Hear me out, guys. If you did a deep dive and asked the question, who are the most competitive people inside of interoperability in crypto on Wall Street or in foundations, it doesn't matter. Well, you would come across a project like this. It's called Codent. Now, Codent is a Wall Street company. Let's listen to some information. So just imagine, so you never ever hear videos about the real dominant players in crypto. No one makes JP Morgan videos or anything like that, or Galaxy Digital or FIS Global. Guys, those are the powerhouses in crypto no one even knows exist. Here's another one. Now, hear me out. Codent has established partnerships with major financial institutions, Visa, American Express, JP Morgan. The company's API is integrated with top business software platforms such as QuickBooks, Xerox, Shopify, and Square. Now, I highly recommend, guys, it's CODAT. Type in CODAT API software, go to their website, surf around. They're a powerhouse, and they do custom protocols, custom software, custom APIs for big players like JP Morgan and Visa. They're a direct competitor to Quant. Now, okay, that sounds pretty sexy. If I was saying that about any of like Link or Axelar or Quant, everyone would be getting excited. But let's take it to the next level. Well, who's dominating right now? Well, check this out, guys. This is where it comes to my video that I did when I showed you in the beginning. I give you the good and the bad. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. I don't like what I uncover, but I also don't like losing money, and I also don't like being incorrect in my thinking. I don't have to be right, guys. I just want to get the good, the bad, the ugly, understand everything I can about my money, and I can't stand people to lie to me about my money or sugarcoat it or give me partial truths. This isn't CNN, and I'm just looking for the news. This is my money, and I take it extremely serious. Now, here's some of the players you've never heard of. Now, on this chart is the adoption as it sits currently. Now, Quant is the blue bar. Quant's going down, guys. Finality, Thought, I can't read that, I need my glasses, Form 3, and Codent. Now, if you look at this, guys, every one of these main competitors, now I know there's Link and all those guys out there, which is even more reason why Quant's having trouble. But this is the Wall Street software type companies. And wait till IBM and all those boys get into the game. But if you look at this, this is their adoption. Guys, this company was established in 2017. They have 2x their growth, their adoption, 2x every year for 7 straight years. They are dominating the interoperability in crypto, and no one even knows they exist. So therefore, when you see these, influencers telling you, oh, Quant's going to change the world, the interledger's off the charts. Guys, it is, or Hyperledger, whichever one it is. It is amazing tech. I love the foundation. I love the developers, the tech. I love their roadmap. I love everything about Quant. And I never thought that I would be having this conversation. But the reality is that narrative of interoperability and the ISO and the banking reset and CBDCs and everyone needing Quant, guys, that's faded away. And Quant's, I truly believe that Quant's not going to make a new all-time high in this bull run. And that shouldn't surprise anyone if they understand that 90% of all projects ever created in crypto do not hit a new all-time high in their second bull run. And there's only been one project ever make a new all-time high in its third bull run that didn't in its first and second bull run. And that was Tron, and it's fully diluted. So if it's not fully diluted, it's literally 99.9% chance that in the third bull run, like your XRP and your XLMs, hitting a new all-time high are virtually, I'm not going to say impossible, but highly, way less than 1% possibility. And guys, that's not harping. That's my money. I need to know that. It's very relevant, especially when you start to want to take profits. So just look at this, guys. If you want to know who's dominating the interoperability or one of the major players, it's Codent. And Codent doesn't need a token. That's the problem, guys. When it's a protocol like Quant, there's no token needed, and Wall Street and a lot of the customers, they don't want to get involved in crypto. They don't need to. You have all the regulation issues and things like that. That being said, if I was going to buy an interoperability type token, it would be Axelar or something like that. Axelar is a huge power player, and it makes a ton of profit. And Quant doesn't throw out the numbers of profit. So there's, as speculation, what's the value? What's the value proposition for the holders? And again, guys, not ragging on Quant, but you have unlimited options, 3 million tokens out there. So I play the probabilities, and I know for a fact that the highest probability that anyone could invest in to make the most upside are new projects that have never experienced a bull run. It's their first bull run, and they're in a hot narrative. What are the hot narratives? AI, gaming, real world assets, and memes, if you can tolerate it. So therefore, guys, why would anyone want to risk their money when they could roll out of a Quant into a great new project like AOS or something like that? Now, it's not financial advice. Do with this information as you will. But guys, you got to start getting the full picture. And when you kick back and ask the question, what if Uncle Ray's right? What if the governments and Wall Street and the legacy banks are going to pick the winners or losers? Well, what are they up to, right? When you look at what Swift's doing, JP Morgan's doing, FIS Global, Galaxy Digital, guys, they're taking over crypto right in front of us, and you still have influencers telling you to buy these old blue chips that probably don't even have a future of making a new all-time high ever. And again, guys, do with this information as you will. I stacked Quant hard in the bear market, and I made money. I sold it like at $120. I bought it 2 or 3 times just under 100. I think my first buy was like at $85, and it did well. It did phenomenal in 2022. But guess what? That's before Wall Street really stepped in. But now the competition is immense, guys. Like Mr. Wonderful with the Shark Tank said, you got to look at these as young startup software companies. It's just software and code, guys, for whatever that's worth. The other thing about Quant that is amazing is the tokenomics. So if Quant can turn this around, the number one reason that would happen is the tokenomics, because you're basically dealing with the same quant who has a lot more adoption than it did, but here it's that free speculation of what quant can do and will do. Now you got to prove it, and then you have, when you compare it to projects like Quant and XLR and Chainlink, they are definitely leading the charge in interoperability. And quite frankly, guys, Quant's not really getting in the mix as far as I can see it. Maybe they have some new news. I don't know. That being said, at these prices, guys, hey, it'd probably be a great swing trade. I have no doubt it's going to run, but it's not probably going to run to a new all-time high. It might, but I would be surprised. And I think, unfortunately, Quant is going to end up in the same boat as like IOTA and XRP and XLM and probably even HBAR. I hate to say it, one of my biggest bags, my favorite projects, just like Quant was. But guys, they're going to be in the 90%. Odds are that never make a new all-time high in their second and third bull run. Game over for them, guys. Now, does that mean they can't pump? Absolutely not. For instance, if you buy XRP at 50 cents, you'll be fine. I mean, I can't imagine it not running to $1.50. So it's double, triple your money. But is that why you got into crypto? But, anyway, I don't want to harp on those projects. I just hope that this gives you the big picture. Guys, if you want to buy projects like Quant, do some research, or any project. Figure out what Wall Street does. Say, hey, you want to talk about payments? Who dominates the flow of money today? And what's their game plan? Start there, right? JP Morgan dominates. They move trillions a day. And they are by far one of the biggest leaders with the best tech in all of crypto. And they are moving forward, and now they're moving trillions with Web3 tech. Same with Swift. Same with Galaxy Digital. Galaxy Digital has a platform where they insure their rails for $1 billion with atomic settlement. That's the future, guys. A lot of people harp, projects like ICP. Love ICP. Still own a little bit of it. But they talk about, well, you can do everything on chain. It's so much better. So what? No one cares. You know why I know that? Because I don't use ICP. You don't use ICP. Wall Street's not using ICP. The bank's not using ICP. The cloud storage is amazing. But guess who dominates that? Google, Microsoft, Amazon. And they will roll out their Web3 storage when it's time and when it's needed. Guys, no one cares about decentralization for the most part. How do I know that? Ask yourself. If you had to put your life savings, if you had to tokenize your life savings into a smart contract, right? And you could use atomic settlement any rail you want, but it's decentralized. And you had to send that for whatever you wanted to buy or whatever you wanted to do with that money. Would you do it? Because if you hit that button and you get hacked along the way, or it disappears and you don't get that done, but the money's gone and there's no one to call, are you really going to do that? No. And neither is Wall Street, neither are the banks, neither are the millionaires, neither are the billionaires. People are not wanting decentralization. That being said, there will be decentralized layers, but those will mainly be used by the legacy banks. JP Morgan, they'll have a decentralized layer. But for the average person, we'll send pocket change like with Venmo type stuff, but no one wants to send real money. I know I'm rambling. Hopefully that gives you a lot to think about, guys. Look, that being said, my biggest concern, I can't be more bullish, but my biggest concern for this bull run is just how much dilution there is. There's more top AI projects to choose from than there were entire projects that were of that quality in the last bull run. There's more top gaming projects. There's more top real world asset projects than probably the top 50 projects in 2021. Now there's meme coins that are getting, $20 billion, 40, 50, maybe even another $100 billion worth of market share. Guys, don't be surprised if any of these projects, hardly, I mean, very few are going to hit the numbers you think. Now, one last thing while I'm thinking about it, and I'll let you guys go, is that when I saw that, that price that said $5,000 quant and $1 million quant, listen to this data. I'm not saying it can't happen, but $5,000 quant puts quant in the market cap of where Solana is, like $80 billion. There's only been 10 projects in history out of all the 3 million projects created that have ever hit $40 billion in market cap. And never has any project outside Shiba, which is a meme coin, every other one was a layer one. So the probabilities and this, honestly, what I think are the stupidity of even calling for $5,000 or $1 million is absolutely a joke. Play the probabilities. Now, that being said, guys, my game plan is I sell all my altcoins bull run to bull run. Hodling is extremely dangerous, and everything's going to come back and crash. To date, history tells us nothing has never not crashed at least like 85, 88%, and that was Bitcoin. Everything else is probably going to crash 93, 97%. So why would you want to put, say, $10,000 in it and ride it to 100,000, 150,000, and ride it all the way back down to $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,500? That just doesn't make sense, guys. And if you need some help with that, I do one-on-one coaching. It's only $250 for 3 Zoom or phone calls. We'll go through your portfolio, talk about your risk reward, get you a game plan, answer any questions, teach you how to compare these projects, teach you how to do some research if you need it, and we talk about dollar cost averaging in and out. But guys, whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor, get a game plan, stick to it, work that game plan, and take profits, or you're going to become the prophet. All right, that's all I got, guys. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and come back and be part of this community. And one last thing, it's not financial advice, but I want you to think about something. When I used to work for Bear Stearns, there was a sign over the door, and it said, if the majority were right, the majority would be rich. And that's why the 10% make all the money, because the majority, the 90%, aren't doing their research. They're doing confirmation bias research, and they're listening to bad information like this. That's all I got, guys. Come back. Take care.